Curtis Alexander. What if there was a way that in just 15 minutes a day, you could see an improvement in your metabolism, you could see inflammation go down, you could even see improvements in diabetes, even sleep? In this video, I'm going to share with you there is a way to do that. I personally do it. So I'll share with you what that thing is. We'll talk about what's going on in the body, why it's helping. At the end of the video, I'm also going to share with you a very specific thing that you need to be looking for if you decide to use this. So let's hop right into it. First of all, what is this 15-minute thing we're doing? It's red light. Okay, now that red light can either be in the form of sun exposure, sensible sun exposure, particularly at sunrise and sunset. That's when you're going to get the most effective red light exposure. The other thing you can do, particularly if you live in a northern climate like I do in the winter, yes, you can get red light during the winter, but it's not enjoyable. Nobody wants to be outside when it's 15 degrees and overcast and kind of miserable. So I personally use a red light therapy device. I've used a couple of different ones. The one that I've settled on and have been very happy with and have gotten good results with, I have a link in the description. Feel free to go check that out if that's something you're interested in at the end of this video. But what do we see going on with red light therapy? Why is it helping so much? Well, first of all, what we're seeing and I'll include a link to some of these studies in the description, but we can see a decrease in blood sugars. So what's going on? Well, we can see a decrease in blood sugars upwards in a little higher, 25%. So if you're somebody who's diabetic, you have the insulin resistance, red light therapy, whether it's sun or an actual red light, just 15 minutes in studies showed an improvement in lowering these blood sugars. The other thing that we see is we can see a decrease in inflammation. Now, this is across the board, any type of inflammation, but what we tend to see now, this is what I'm about to say is going to be controversial, but this is what I find in people is that a lot of chronic issues happen to be around this trifecta of an increase in inflammation, decrease in energy production, and a decrease in either food quality or food intake. Now that sounds upside down, but we have a lot of things upside down in the healthcare system in this country. But let me touch on this energy production. What does that mean? Well, things like red light therapy or red light exposure, the other benefit that you're going to see is an increase in metabolism. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is that our mitochondria inside our cells. So a mitochondria, think of it this way. If you put gas in a car, it requires an engine to be able to take that gas and convert it into energy that actually turns the tires and gets you where you want to go. The mitochondria in your cells are very much like that. You eat food, the mitochondria convert that food into ATP or energy. Okay, you need healthy mitochondria. If you don't, for whatever reason, there's different causes of this. If you don't have that, you will see a decrease in metabolism. So the red light therapy helps your mitochondria produce more energy. It helps decrease inflammation. And then your job is to work on the food component, okay, to be able to fuel your body. When you can do these things, we see a big improvement in chronic issues. That's why I'm such a big fan of anything that can help increase your metabolism, be it diet, be it red light therapy, or some of the other things that I've talked about on my free checklist. There's a link in the description. You don't have to rely on drugs. You don't have to rely on surgery. There's things out there that can help you that are natural. I've seen it. People have benefited a lot from that. Okay. So those are some things that we're seeing with red light therapy. Obviously, like I said, best way to go is sun exposure. But if you're going to look for a light, and again, I've included a link to the one I use, so I've already kind of vetted it for this factor, but we want to look for a wavelength. The ideal wavelength, according to studies, would be like 670. Most red lights that you find are going to probably run 640 to 680-ish, somewhere in there. So that's kind of what you want to be looking for. It's going to give you the most benefit. So red light, I know in this country we're down on light. Everybody tells you to stay out of the sun. It's bad. It's not bad. Okay, you don't want to get sunburned. I'm not saying you should do that, but Light is actually beneficial for you. Okay. It gives you energy. That's part of the reason why people can see weight gain in the winter if they're not careful because they're not getting enough light. And then they're under blue lights all day and they're in stressed out jobs, and all these factors begin to add up. Okay. So let me know, guys, in the comments if you have other questions on this, if there's other videos I need to make to help clarify some things or answer questions that you have. Put those in the comments. I'll do my best. If they make sense for me to do a video, if I think they benefit a wider audience, I'll be glad to do those videos. Make sure to go grab your checklist. I talk about other ways we can tackle some of these subjects here. But again, red light therapy, super valuable. You should be doing it. Speaking of valuable, hope the video was. See you in the next one.